Hello everyone, so welcome you back to Ashok Tutorials with another video of paper 1 environmental studies unit 7. Right, so in unit 7 we have our environment, land and people, plants and animals. Right, so these topics are very small ones actually, and this is quite based on common sense. So it's going to be very easy. All right, so you need not panic for this topic. You can even do self-study and it is not that hard or difficult. All right, so it is very easy. So let us all take these topics to be easy and get going. All right, so let's start. An environment refers to the surrounding conditions and factors that collectively influence and affect living organisms, objects or systems. It encompasses both the physical and the biological elements that interact to create a specific setting. Environments can vary greatly in scale, from microscopic ecosystems to vast natural landscapes. All right, so it says that what is an environment? Actually, an environment is everything which we see around us. Even we ourselves, we are part of environment. Right, so environment is divided into two parts, that is the biotic factors as well as the abiotic factors. So biotic means the living organisms, the plants, the animals, the microorganisms. All right, so all this comes under biotic factors, whereas abiotic factors means the physical factors like the rivers, the mountains, the hills, the valleys. All right, so all this comes under physical factors or abiotic factors. So environment can be anything. All right, environment can be a microscopic ecosystem or it can be a natural landscape. So it can be as small as a microscopic ecosystem and as large as a natural landscape. So there are several key components, all right, that contribute to an environment. So an environment is composed of various components. So let us discuss them one by one. So physical elements. So what are these physical elements? These include the non-living aspect of an environment, such as terrain, climate, air quality, water availability and geological features. Physical elements play a crucial role in shaping the conditions that organisms must adapt to. It says what I have already said, that physical elements include all the like physical factors like the terrains, the climates, the air, the water, the soil, the land, the mountains. Right, so all this comes under physical elements. Now biotic factors, let us see what do we mean when we say biotic factors. So biotic factors encompasses all living organisms with an environment, including plants, animals, fungi and microorganisms. Including interactions between these organisms can range from symbiotic relationship to predation, competition and mutualism. Biotic factors heavily influence the balance and functioning of ecosystem. So biotic factors means all the living beings, as I have told you, from humans to animals to microorganisms to fungi. Right, all this comes under biotic factors. So interaction is there between all these different type of organisms. Right, and there are different mode of nutrition, like there are symbiotic relationship between the organisms, in which both the organisms they obtained their food without harming each other. But again there is another mode of acquisition of food, that is competition. So here the two living organisms, they compete with one another for the food, and sometimes there is also another mode of another mode of acquiring food, that is mutualism. In mutualism what happens, both the organisms are benefited and none of them are harmed. All right, so biotic factors influence heavily the balance and functioning of ecosystems. So biotic factor is one of the major factor which is responsible for the normal functioning and balancing of the environment or the ecosystem. All right, now we have abiotic factors. Now let us see what we mean by abiotic factors. So abiotic factors are non-living components that impact the environment, including temperature, humidity, sunlight, soil composition and availability of nutrients. These factors influence the distribution and survival of various organisms within an ecosystem. So it says, see, the word itself says abiotic means it is non-living. So it includes all the non-living components like the sunlight, the soil, the humidity, the temperature, the light, the nutrients. Right, so all this comes under abiotic factors. Now ecosystem services. Environments provide essential services to human societies and the planet. These services include clean air and water, nutrient cycling, pollination, climate regulation, and cultural recreational benefits. So you see all the phenomenon which goes on this planet naturally are ecosystem services like nutrient cycling, like clean air. See, we are able to breathe clean air, right? Why? Because the plants are recycling it for us. And nutrient cycling, the nutrients are getting cycled, then the pollination takes place. Pollination is the fertilization of the flower, right? Then again, climate regulation, sometimes seasonal changes, sometimes we get rainy season, sometimes we get winter season, sometimes summer season, sometimes autumn season, sometimes spring season, right? And cultural and recreational benefits, and there are different type of benefits, the cultural benefits as well as the recreational benefits which we can obtain from ecosystem services. Now, human influence, let us see what do we mean by human influence. So human influence, human activities have a significant impact on environment. Industrialization, urbanization, deforestation, pollution, and resources extraction can lead to environmental degradation, disruption of ecosystem. Sustainable practices aim to minimize these negative effects, right? See, human beings have a very big role to play in environment, right? So therefore we have a significant role in the environment. So we are responsible for industrialization, urbanization, deforestation, pollution, and resources extraction can lead to environmental degradation, disruption of ecosystems. It says that, see, everything whatever is happening to this natural environment, we are responsible for it. We are the ones who are practicing deforestation, we are the ones who are cutting down the trees, we are the one who are practicing urbanization, we are the one who are doing constructions, polluting the rivers, right? Killing the animals, killing the plants. So we are solely responsible for all this degradation of the environment, right? Now, microenvironment, let's see what do we mean by microorganism, or environment. So environment can be divided into smaller distinct microenvironments within a larger setting. For instance, as forest comprises microenvironments like the forest floor, canopy, and an understory, each with unique characteristic and species. See, when we go in a forest, we might find small ants, termites living on the ground level, right? Then again we go to the stem level, we might find some caterpillars. Then again we go to the branch level, we might find birds, butterflies, right? Then again if we go upper, we might find snakes. So it says that in a single tree or in a single forest, different environment can be observed or found, right? Now, natural environments versus built environment. So let us see what do we mean by it. Natural environment refers to those that exist without significant human modification, such as forests, deserts, and oceans. Built environment results from human development and includes cities, roads, and buildings. So it basically says about that environment are of two types. That is natural environment, which occurs naturally, and the environment which is created artificially by the human being. So the examples of natural environment can be forests, can be deserts, can be oceans, can be seas, can be mountains, right? But the environment of made by human will be the parks, the lakes, the roads, the cities, the buildings, alright? So all this comes under man-made environment. Now, adaptations and evolution. Dear friends, if you really want to study these topics, it can be easily found in school textbooks, especially the science textbooks, alright? Starting from class 6 to class 10 also, yes, you can find these topics. It is all there, right? Especially in 9 I have seen these topics, and even in class 10 I have seen this topic, so you can just find it out for yourself. Now, adaptation and evolution. So organisms within an environment adapt to its conditions through evolution. Over time, species may develop specific traits that enhance their survival and reproduction in response to environmental pressure. Understanding environment is crucial for various fields including ecology, biology, geography, and urban planning. So it helps us comprehend the intricate relationship between living organisms and their surrounding, as well as the potential consequences of human actions on the planet. So it says that, if we want to survive in this planet, we have to adapt to the changes which takes place in the environment, right? So Charles Darwin, right? Charles Darwin, if I'm not mistaken, said that survival of the fittest. He gave the theory of survival of the fittest. So if you're not fit to survive in this environment, you will be killed or you will die out of disease or any reason, right? So if you're not able to adapt, if you're not able to modify your behaviors, if you're not able to modify your characters according to the need of the environment, you will be like you will be out of this environment, right? Because you will be like not fit to survive to this environment. See, now what is happening, the global warming is taking place. So the places which used to be very cold in winter, now it is no more cold. See, before we used to see winter in the month of September itself. We used to wear sweaters and jackets in the month of September, but now you see everything has changed, right? So everything is changed, so we have to adapt accordingly, and if we are not able to adapt, we will not be able to survive on this planet, right? So this is what it says, that we need to adapt ourselves according to the need of the environment or the need of the nature, right? So understanding environment is very important. That's why this subject is given from primary level itself, right? That's why, see, we are going to write exam for Mtet paper 1, which is for primary level or the LP level, right? So here we need to study so many things about environment, and this in a way will help us to build a positive attitude towards the environment, all right? So it says that understanding environment is crucial, very important for various fields, like in ecology we study environment, in biology we study environment, in geography we study environment, and urban planning, right? So how are we going to plan out the city, how are we going to plan out the town, right? So all this comes under environment. Now let us go to land and people, plants and animals. So what we have here, people and land in an environment are interconnected component of an ecosystem. The term refers to the relationship between human activities and the physical surroundings they inhabit. People interact with the land in various ways, utilizing its resources for food, shelter, and other needs. These interactions can have both positive and negative impacts on the environment, affecting its health and sustainability. Balancing human needs with responsible land management is crucial to ensure the long-term well-being of both people and the environment. So people and the land are interconnected. We cannot be separated from one another, right? We need to stay on the, if we want to survive on this planet, we are directly linked to the land. The term refers to the relationship, all right, between the human activities, the different activities we perform with our physical surrounding or the place in which we are living or the environment in which we are living. So people interact with the land in various ways. So how do we interact? We interact in different ways, like we utilize the resources available, right? The food, then we take the shelter, and we also fulfill our other needs which we can fulfill with the help of the environment. So this interaction can have both positive as well as negative impact on the environment. So if we are able to develop our attitude according to the benefit of the environment, it will be beneficial for us as well in the long run. But however, if we are not able to adapt, or if we are not able to build a positive attitude, then this might end up this may also result in human extinction in the long run, right? Now let us see plants and animals. I think this is the last topic, so let us see plants and animals. So plants and animals are crucial component of the environment. So we know that it is very important component of the environment, because everywhere you see plants and animals are found, right? We are the main we are the main component of this environment. So plants are photosynthetic organisms that convert sunlight, water and carbon dioxide into energy, releasing oxygen as a byproduct. They form foundation of most terrestrial ecosystem, providing food and habitat for various animals. See, we all know that photosynthesis is the process in which plant, they make their own food, right, using carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll to give glucose, oxygen and water, all right? So these things are produced by the plant by the process of photosynthesis, all right? So plant is very important for us, and the balance is very important between the two, all right? So animals on the other hand are heterotrophic organisms. Yes, plants are known as autotrophic organisms because they can prepare their own food. However, animals are known as heterotrophic because we cannot make our own food, all right? We are directly dependent on the plants, and we consume the food made by the plants, like for the fruits the plant bear, right? So all those things are taken up by us. So we are directly dependent on the plants. So we consume the plants, we consume the animals, right? So we are of different types, like we are heterotrophs, we are carnivores, we are omnivores, right? So different mode of food we practice. So they play a vital role in the pollinators, predators, prey, and decomposers. All right, so we play like these mode of nutritions, they play different roles. All right, so as I have already explained about predators and all, pollinations and all, right, and decomposers. So where do the decomposers they get their food from? They get their food from the dead and decaying organic matter, right? So the microorganisms like the bacteria and fungi, they depend on the dead and decaying matter of the environment. Animal contribute to the biodiversity, helping maintain a balanced and healthy environment. So we contribute, or the living beings contribute a large they contribute a large amount of their contribution to the environment. Right, we are responsible for maintaining the environment or destroying the environment. So we are directly related, and if we want a healthy environment, we should develop a positive attitude towards maintaining this positivity of the environment. Both plants and animals interact with their surroundings, shaping an environment and adapting to changes over time. So it says that not only the animals or not only the humans are adapting to the changing environment, but the plants are also adapting, all right, over time. So their interaction contribute to the stability and sustainability of ecosystems, making them essential for the overall health of our planet. So we should interact in a positive way in order to sustain our environment for a longer time and save this planet from any kind of misfortune or disaster, right? So this is all I have to say in this video. Thank you everyone for watching.